First of all, let me just say Hip's going to redshirt. We talked about it. We felt it was the best thing for him that to redshirt. He's got a really good future ahead of him. I'm excited for him, and it just gives him an opportunity to continue to learn and continue to get better. The main thing is for the fans out there to keep supporting him. When at the games, call his name. He likes that. I mean, the kid's a wonderful student athlete, and he's just a humble human being who loves Memphis, who loves being in America. Chris Crawford, I did not start Chris Crawford. I sat him the first half for disciplinary reasons, and that's why. Just again, my thing is, I'm a big believer. You're not an athlete student. You're a student athlete. Bottom line, and I want to nip things in the bud. And Chris is a really good basketball player, and he's got a great future ahead of him. And these are just things as part of being a young team that we need to nip it in the bud. And as we grow as a unit, we're going to grow and continue to learn. But as I've said from the beginning, my responsibility to these young men that I've got to continue to teach them about accountability, responsibility, taking ownership, and also understanding the importance of doing things right, and that there will be consequences for actions that aren't positive. Wesley Witherspoon, I did not start Wesley Witherspoon. He was again, for disciplinary reasons. He was a minute or two late, and again, one of my things is be on time. So just be on time, and so for that, he had to take the consequence of not having an opportunity to start his first game of his junior year. So that's just, so we'll realize that. Regarding Jelon Kendrick, I suspended him for this game. What I'll do, I'm going to, for anything in the future, I'm going to sleep on it tonight. I want to get with the staff and determine what I'm going to do for the, for the short and long term, and I'll go from there. But I did suspend him for the game, and before I do anything future going forward, I want to make sure that I have a clear mind, making the right decision, because again, these are student athletes, and I'm committed to their welfare, and I'll make sure I make the right decisions, and we'll go from there.
Is there a possibility that Jelon is going to be off the team?
I don't want to make any decision until I talk to the staff, sleep on it, and make sure I talk to all parties, and we'll go from there. And I don't want to make any judgmental or quick decisions, so I want to make sure that I make the right decision. But again, my big thing is there's consequences for actions. I'm a big believer in that. And my thing is I understand these are 18, 19, 20-year-old young men. They're going to make mistakes. And we have a great group of guys. This city should love their team. We got a good group of guys, high character. And we're going to have mistakes here and there. But again, that's an opportunity for them to learn from mistakes sometimes. It could be from just running. It could be extra hours of study hall. It could be coming in an early morning. Or it could be loss of playing time, or maybe losing a starting spot, or coming in later parts of the game. Those are things that we just determine. I take it case by case and go from there.
Josh, did you think you had it nipped in the bud with Jelon when you brought him back from the first suspension?
Well, it wasn't that I thought I nipped in the bud. I understand things were going to have to. It was going to be at every single day, and I said to everybody, we're going to take it one day at a time. But I also understood, and I made sure he understood, and which he did understand, that I was not going to have any gray area. I mean, I let people be. I don't micromanage. I let them wear. I call it where you heard me say it. I let them wear loose fit clothing. I'm a guy that's going to let them be them, but based on actions that are negative, there's going to be consequences, and whatever those consequences can be, and it could be suspensions to just running. It depends on the case-by-case scenario. So, as I've said, I was going to take it day by day with Jelon, and he understood that.
Can you give any specifics on it? Yeah?
No specifics, because I just want to make sure that I sleep on it. And again, the bottom line is just based on an action, there was going to be a consequence.
Josh, you have similar offense, Coach?
No, it was nothing, anything that was serious. It was just something that for me personally, I just felt that it was tonight he was not going to play, and that's why I had suspended him. And I'm not going to make any further decision until I sleep on it and get with the staff.
So you expect to make some statement tomorrow?
I don't know. I want to make sure that I want to get everything. I want to talk to our staff. I want to talk to all parties involved, and then I'll know what I'll do from there.
Josh, you have stress.
It's a very gifted team, Josh. Is there a sense that by nipping this in the butt, that they can go as far as maturity can take them in some ways?
No doubt, and that's our thing. Jeff, we're a very, very young team. I mean, there's gonna be some peaks and valleys, and I want everybody to know in this city. I mean, we are a young team, and we're in year 2. And usually things happen not until year 4 or 5. we're in year 2, and we are so young, a brand new team, that there's going to be some ups and downs, and that includes not just on the court, that's off the court. And that's where I want to nip it in the bud, so when we get to later part of the year, we don't have any distractions, and we're playing our best basketball, and they understand the culture that I want set here, and there's a clear picture on it. There's no gray area. And I believe that in order to have championship-level teams on and off the court, which this city deserves because it's their team, they're proud of their team, that you've got to have structure and discipline. And that doesn't mean, I have not used one curse word, and I rarely raise my voice to our players, rarely. And but my thing is, I'm big on them and I don't play any mind games. My thing is, if you're going to have an action that's negative, there's going to be consequences.
But is this not, Josh, a distraction right now for the season opener?
No distraction, because we, obviously didn't have too much bearing on it. Here's one thing of our guys, and I told our staff this earlier today. With all that, even with Wesley, with Chris, with Jalan, we got tough, hard-nosed players now, and they've seen a lot. They've seen a lot even growing up in their neighborhoods and everything else. So this is not something that it was going to affect any of them. These guys want a ball. Our guys want a ball, and I love our guys because they're about playing hard. And if you go see on the court, and I know maybe the competition hasn't been the best, but let me tell you something. It doesn't matter about the opponent. When you see the 2 exhibition games and tonight, no one can say that our effort is in every single possession. The guys play hard and they defend. And that's the bottom line. That's all you can ask for. I'm really proud of these guys. Now, we got a tough game Monday. Miami's a good team. They're a top 4 team in the ACC. I think they're a potential NC2A tournament team. They are really, really good. They've got guys in the backcourt. They're athletic. This will be a great test for us, and we need to have a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th man on Monday night. I know it's 11 p.m. start, but Michael Vick versus Donovan McNabb, Redskins versus Eagles, Monday Night Football. Think about it. Over 14 million viewers are going to be watching it. All throughout that game, Mike Tirico is going to be talking. Coming up next is Memphis versus Memphis. So even the football viewers who don't know Memphis basketball are going to stay tuned, at least for the beginning part. It's a great opportunity for us. And the crowd was unbelievable tonight, over 17,000 people. This city's got the best fan support for their team I've ever seen.